Joe Page Jr., Joe Page III as I'm called sometimes, and we're going to be on the air here until about 8 o'clock. So you might want to tell friends and family members that we're on the air, and we'd like for you to come out and come on over and visit with us for these next 20 or 25 minutes. And we are a music school. If you look behind you, you will see a sign there that says, "Winter always turns to spring." That's our motto. We believe that nothing is so bad that it won't eventually become good if we stay with it. And at the same time, that there are going to be things that happen in life, because that's the nature of life, as you know, whereby we have the ups and downs. And someone said, thank goodness, that the ups are much bigger and much better than the downs. And so what we want to do is make certain that we keep that in mind as we go forth. Again, we are the Coltrane Conservatory of the Arts Music School, and we're located at 6353 South Cottage Grove, right here in Chicago. Now, if you are planning on learning how to play an instrument, maybe you made that one of your New Year resolutions, then our place is the place that you need to be. You can get in contact with us at 773-891-1875, or you can reach us right here in the studio at 312-738-1060. Okie dokie. Now this is an interactive television show, so if you'd like to call in and speak with us, you can do that. Recently we've been talking a lot about what's been going on in the nation with our new, well, not so new at this time, but with the president that was, I think he's in his, the 20th of January represented 1 year that he'd been in office. And as you know, the government was shut down for a while. That was bad news. I actually have a niece who works for the United States Department of Education, and she's in Washington, D.C., and I don't think she had to be laid off, and I'm glad of that. If you're listening, Sheba, her name is Sheba Pace. Hi, and keep looking and listening to us. Also, we want to tell you something a little bit about what we do over at the school. But for the first thing about it is we have teaching instructions in all instruments. And that is to say, except the string instruments, which would be violin, and instruments of that type. Other than that, we do teach and instruct in all of the band instruments. That's trumpet, that's saxophone, that's drums, that's tuba, any instruments of that time, clarinet, flute, trumpet, I don't think I said that, piano. And if you're interested in those instruments and training in one of those instruments, learn how to really play one of those instruments, you want to give us a call. Now, of course, we don't forget about our free program that we have on Saturday, where you can learn how to play the hand drums. Okay, you can learn all about the hand drum. That's a free program, and we have that program on from 10:30 to 11 o'clock every Saturday. Okie now we also have a recording studio there, and you can get involved with that if you would like to. Some of you out there may be singing. You may be inspired to learn how to record, and so you can get some experience by coming around us. But those of you who do a little singing, it would be very nice if you would give us a call. We can give you some information on just how you can record a CD with us. And we take you from A to Z, that is to say, from start to finish. You will get an opportunity to to record for 3 hours, and once you record your material, we will then burn a CD for you, and you can have multiple copies of that CD made up, if that's what you want to do. Also, we want to let you know that live musicians are available for your recording if you would like to do that. And that is something that some people like to do and some don't. Right now we use both software and we use what we call hardware and software, both, in order to produce your music. Some of you can sing. If you can sing, come on over and we'll, tell you. Give us a call and we'll tell you what the program is all about, and then we can get you into the studio. So, right now, it's the beginning of the year. It's a good time of the year to get to start playing and doing something for yourself. You might have an old dusty, well, not dusty, but an old piano around the house, and you've been wanting to learn how to play it for years. You may have a keyboard around the house. You've been wanting to play that for the years, but you've been putting it off. You may have an old trumpet or a saxophone around the house. You've been wanting to play guitar. And you can now get that done right on the south side of Chicago. 6353 South Cottage Grove is where that's being done. Okay? And you will learn how to play. We are very well trained musicians who also are trained in teaching. And so the combination of knowing how to play the instruments as well as how to teach playing the instruments is just absolutely invaluable to your overall training. Now here's what happens. We have two programs. One, you come to our place once a week for the month. The other program, you come to our place twice a week for the month. So you can either come once a week for the month, or you may come twice a week for the month. Okay? And we have two recitals a year. One is in July and one is in December. We also do all one-on-one training, that is to say, one instructor to one student, and each session is 1 hour in length, okay? And you do get exercises to work on in between the days that you're there and you're not there, okay? You get exercises to work on, and so what you do is you take that information that you learn in your lesson, and you take it home, and you go over certain exercises with it that will make that information come very clear to you in terms of being able to play it. And you'll get very good at it, and then you come back for another lesson. That's the way we teach. Now, when you learn how to do an instrument, practice is very important, and there's a certain way that you practice. People don't realize that practice itself has a proper technique to it, a proper way of doing it, and so we teach that also. So you know how to practice in order to get good at what you're doing. Okay. Now you can give us a call right here, 312. You see the number 738-1060, or you may call our facility, which is 1773-891-1875. You can do it either way you want to do it, but you need to do it. Now, some of you have children that have wanted to play an instrument, that want to play an instrument, but there's no music any longer in the schools, and so they don't have a band class, so they can't do it there. This is a perfect opportunity for you to get that child going in something that they really, really want to do. And keep in mind, too, that when a child gets involved with the arts, that's going to help that child overall. That's going to help that child in many things that they're doing, including their classwork, how to get along with others, and being disciplined. Because learning how to play an instrument really makes you disciplined, And while we don't have a hardcore regiment of teaching there, just going through that procedure and having somebody tell you that you should do this, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it really puts disciplines in a person's life. So some of you have grandchildren and you would like to do something for them. You too should be giving us a call. You too should be trying to get involved and doing something for your children. Some of you are adults and you've been around for a long time, and you wanted to do something, but you just keep putting it off. You keep putting it off. Now is the time to say, I'm not going to put it off any longer. I'm going to do it, and that's what's happening. Now we have a monitor here in this in in this in this studio, and I'm looking at that monitor as I'm talking to you. And the strangest thing is that I can't even see my face at all on it. So I don't know what's happened. I don't know if the equipment is broken down. I hope that you are receiving this a lot better than what we're getting to hear in the studio, because it's awful. I look like a shadow. There used to be something on television called The Shadow Man. I think no, The Shadow is what it was called, and you couldn't see anything, you know. And so that's what I look like now, a shadow. So I don't know what they've done, but I know one thing, it is awful. And I can't even see myself. So I hope you're getting a better reception than what I'm getting in the studio. But anyway, that said, we're going to do our best to give you the information that you need, because of the fact that we know that we can get you where you need to be in terms of being able to put on a good, being able to play an instrument as well as you possibly can. And later on you can put on a good show, because you will have learned enough to be able to put on a good show. Right now, you don't know how to do anything, and we take a lot of beginners in, we take intermediates, and we take advanced students. You'll learn about theory, you'll learn about chords, major chords, minor chords, suspended chords, diminished chords, 7 chords, 9 chords, 11 chords, you know. I mean, I can go on, you know, at different scales, you know, whether or not it's E flat, B flat, D flat, F sharp, you know. All of these things are taught to you, as well as how to play the instrument, you know. You want to learn about meters, you know, 3/4, 4/4, 2/4, 6/8, 7/8, 5/8. These are all time signatures or meters. This is what music is played in, you know. And if you want to learn different tones and whatnot, different harmonies that we play in music, you know, whether or not it's a parallel harmony, you know, one that is contrasting, you need to give us a call. And if you just want to learn the basics of how do I play an instrument, you know, then that's something that you can do here. You don't need to know all the theory, you know, to play an instrument. Knowing the theory helps you to be able to write music and to be able to teach music, you know. I have to know the theory as well as how to play an instrument, you know, how to teach playing an instrument, and of course I'm a musician myself. But we can teach you how to play songs, and just only teach you the basic theory, you know, those things like time signatures and the value of a note, whether or not it's a quarter note, half note, whole note, eighth notes. All of those things are very important. What does a music staff look like? Playing in the bass staff, playing in the treble staff, clef staff, and those kinds of things, you know. And you will learn so much, you know, if you just pick the phone up and do what you're supposed to do, rather than keep on procrastinating, or as they say, kicking it down the road, you know, because you can kick something down the road. Somebody said that it's good that good things come to those who wait. And at the same time, we have to recognize that we can wait too late for something. You know, you can get so far behind in something until you never will catch up, at all. And so now we want you to just say to yourself that I'm going to do something, and it's going to be for me. I, I procrastinated and put this off as long as I can, or I'm going to do something for my child. I'm tired of putting it off. Or I'm going to do something for my grandchild. I'm tired of putting that off. But I am going to do something, and I'm going to do it right away. And so make this your New Year's resolution, that you're not going to go another day without going ahead and acting on this resolution, to get yourself going musically. And also I would like to, before I forget that, I would like to let you know that we are now, because we first opened up some years back, we were doing voice lessons, and then we had to suspend them because our instructor actually left the country. But we have now resumed doing voice lessons. So those of you who would like to learn how to sing, you can give us a call also, okay? And get that voice going. Get it to where you will maybe one day want to decide that you're going to go professional and maybe sing on television and even make CDs. So give us a call, once again, 773-891-1875. Or you may give us a call here. We're just about getting ready to leave here at 312-738-1060. Okay? Now, that's going to be it for today. We were, over the last 3 or 4 weeks, we were talking about what was going on in Washington so much, because there was so much going on until you couldn't avoid talking about it. Well, the government was closed down. Some people said Donald Trump closed it down, but it's back up and running. So we got everything back going now. And, well, I can tell you this. It has been very, very interesting this last year coming out of Washington, D.C. So we're probably going to be looking for something or another to take place over the next day or two. If we can get a tweet here and there, we're sure to get at least one tweet between now and Sunday. So, I mean, it's really been something. But we wanted to spend most of our time today talking about our school, because we do have to get back to that. And we want to invite you to come over. We'd like for you to become part of it. We want you to, come over and become. We have lots of students, all ages. Remember that. You're not too old, and you certainly, well, you could be too young. If you're under 5 years old, you're too young, because we don't take any students that are under five. And also remember that a lot of musicians have started at 5. I believe Herbie Hancock started at 5. In fact, Beethoven started at 5. Someone said that he started at 5 years old and was doing a little composing at 5 years old. Of course, that would have been very elementary compositions, but nonetheless, that's what I read when I was in school, that he started composing at 5 years old. Okay. All right. Now, so that's it for today. Please, and I've said, don't tell anybody you saw this man on television. I guess the shadow man on television, because like I said, I don't know if you can see my face, but I can't see it. I look like just a black spot in a shirt. So, but if you can, maybe some of you folks out there who know me will give me a call. I know that, Bill, you'll probably be listening, aren't you? You can give me a call later on and tell me whether or not you're able to see my face on this thing or not, okay? Alrighty, folks, y'all have a nice time. Be careful out there. It's cold. It's a nice winter day. Not too much snow. It's a little cold, but this is Chicago, and that's going to be happening. Keep warm. You know the flu is going around. So you want to keep warm, and you want to make certain that you eat properly and keep your immune system strong. We want to thank Mr. Lionel Don, one of our instructors, who is also working the boards on today. I want to thank him for coming down here and being so so dedicated to helping to produce this program. So we thank you very much once again, and we'll see you later. Take care.